In the early 1800s, the government was granting land rights to settlers west of the Blue Mountains as part of an aggressive expansion into that area, and this caused all sorts of problems with the local indigenous population, and they ended up actually having to declare martial law in 1825 to try and put down these disturbances. And that's what makes this particular find so very interesting. This book was found in 2007 by one of the park rangers in the Woolemi National Park. It was in a traveller's backpack at the base of a large tree. Actually dates back to the 1800s, and it's the journal of Arthur Phillip, a high-ranking English officer. And its contents and its origins are very mysterious. The journal describes the existence of a town called Stillwater Valley. In his notes, Arthur Phillip details his journey to the town, which he describes as being located on the western steeps of the Blue Mountains. He tells us he was on orders from the governor to provide assistance to the town, which had been beset by a series of misfortunes. Arthur describes the remoteness of the town as 2 weeks' travel through perilously unnavigable bush. He also mentions the use of Aboriginal guides to find the town and describes their refusal to go near the land the town was settled on. On nearing the area, our native guides became restless and refused to go further. No amount of coercion could convince them otherwise. They proclaimed it to be bad land. So we ended up parting ways with the natives and continued the final leg unassisted with little trouble. Arthur goes on to describe his surprise at the lack of an indigenous presence in the area because it was perfectly habitable. Large portions of the journal are actually missing due to degradation over time, but it can be discerned that Arthur's entire entries ceased during the time he spent in Stillwater Valley. The last entry, dated the 12th of March 1824, reads, "There is something dreadful afoot here that challenges every aspect of my scientific nature." What is interesting is the fact that there is no mention of a town called Stillwater Valley in any official record of the area, and indeed no physical knowledge of a town ever existing with that name, which is even more peculiar given that most of the names mentioned in the journal correspond with actual persons active in the colony at the time. And given the immense size of the bushland in that area, it's entirely possible that Stillwater Valley could have existed at a time and was forgotten because of its remoteness. No one's ever looked.